Hey guys, Dislife Mark here, and I want to tell you all about the official travel partner here at Chip & Company. Let our good friend Sarah at Destination to Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. Sarah specializes in planning dream vacations for your family. She's an authorized Disney vacation planner, and she can help with every step of your magical vacation. The best thing is that her services are 100% free. Want to travel beyond Disney? Sarah has you covered there too. Want to find out more? Fill out a trip request form over at the website at Chip & Co. or email her directly at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com. What are you waiting for? Start planning that dream vacation today. Email her at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Greetings, program.
Amigos down there. It is me up here.
Howdy, folks. Please keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the train and remain seated at all times.
Nice work, pal.
Well, we have one of those new talking machines. Now that is something.
We know what our goals are. We know what we hope to accomplish. And believe me, it's the most exciting and challenging assignment we've ever tackled.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dislife Podcast. Thank you for being a part of our Disney lives here on the Chip & Company Podcast Network. My name is Mark Valentine, and I'm the host of Dislife Podcast. Join us weekly as we discuss the very best of Disney parks, resorts, dining, and beyond. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button to access more incredible audio content from the Chip & Company Podcast Network. Just a reminder, head over to chipandco.com for the latest and the most uplifting headlines from across Disney parks around the world. If you want to support us here on Dislife Podcast, we ask, buy us a cup of coffee on our new patron site, buymeacoffee.com/Dislife Podcast. That donation helps keep us going strong here as we create special content for our supporters, including some behind the scenes content and much, much more. On today's show, we're talking about the best breakfast experiences that you can have at Walt Disney World, whether it's character dining, table service, or breakfast on the go. We're talking about the best ways to fuel up for your Disney day as we discuss the breakfasts of champions here at Walt Disney World Parks and Resorts. But before we get into the episode, let's welcome back once again Dislife's own Tony the Tiger, because he's great. Greg, the Disney fanatic. Greg, good morning, my friend. How have you been?
Hoy hoy everyone, and thank you so much for having me. You know, at least you could have gone with Captain Crunch.
No, because your sign-on is more Tony the Tiger than it is Captain Crunch, because the hoy hoy vocally is kind of like, it's great.
Well, I will show them that I am a tiger. I will show them what I can do. How are you doing today, my friend?
Not too bad, man. We are getting ready for the Wine and Dine race weekend, which is only 1 week away at this point. So I'm going to be flying in Wednesday night. Expo is Thursday. 5K is Friday. 10K is on Saturday. And then we've got all the other things that go on. But the race is at the forefront of my mind right now, man.
I have Fantasmic coming up, Icon Park, the Swan and Dolphin Food and Wine Festival, a Christmas party, Sugar Boo, bowling, Give Kids the World, Festival of the Trees, IAPA is actually coming, and then I still have to spend time hanging out with you when you come down here and blow off a few Pinkie Pie confetti cannons when you cross the finish line.
Well, listen, you are running a different race. It is a race for content. So, yeah, man. So let's get into this. You're always lucky, and I want to say this. You're always lucky because, let's face it, you have the best breakfast of champions living there close. Holly can always prepare the breakfast of champions. But for those people who travel from afar, for vacationers and for people...
Wait. I have to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Holly's wonderful breakfast, Mark, do you want to know what I have almost every day for breakfast around here?
Do you have...
And it's a Philly thing. Or a Jersey thing.
I was going to say, do you have a Taylor ham in the morning?
Did you call it Taylor ham?
I did. It is not pork roll.
It is absolutely 100% pork roll.
Okay, so in southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia area, regional differences, ham, breakfast ham, is called pork roll. Here in the north, we refer to it by its proper brand name, which is Taylor ham. Not all breakfast meat is Taylor ham, but the best is Taylor ham. It's like
I have to fight you on this because Trenton pork roll is absolutely better than some Taylor guy up in New York.
What kind of ketchup do you have?
Heinz.
Okay. There you go. There's my argument. I rest my case. Is there more than one ketchup than Heinz? Yes, but the best is Taylor ham. And so we refer to
Trenton pork roll happens to be the best. But anyway, so I have a pork roll, egg and cheese every morning that Holly makes me. So I don't often eat at the parks. But when I do make sure it is special and wonderful. And I can't wait to talk about this. So please, my friend, I'm sorry for the interruption.
If that wasn't the most interesting man in the world way to say it, I don't always eat breakfast at the parks, but when I do, I prefer Topolino's.
And I don't prefer You prefer Topolino. We'll get into it.
That I do. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're traveling here to Walt Disney World, again, the episode is all about offering you the best ways to start your day. Greg, there's an old adage that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So we're going to help people today focus on powering up for the long day ahead in the parks. You never want to skip breakfast, ladies and gentlemen, because then you get someone in your party or everyone in your party gets hangry, and then that's when you get problems with your travel party. So today, for the various options and for the various travel styles, don't fret, relax. I understand there are some people out there that just don't want to commit to a sit-down breakfast because they want a rope drop and they want to get to the parks. So today, we're going to be talking about table service options, grab and go. We're going to fit in some grab and go options as well for each park. And then before we do our list, Greg, I need to know, just sort of over top of all of this, do you have a favorite breakfast spot?
I absolutely do.
What is it?
It's on the list.
You don't want to share?
Nope, not yet.
Well, you said Topolino's, which is
right,
true,
and that's not the best. But you put Topolino's in my mouth, which is fine because I like having Topolino's in my mouth. It's yummy. Let's go back a second. As you can hear my cat meowing in the background, I can see that look in you. Like, my cat was like, "Yeah, Topolino's."
Well, my dryer just went off, so it's all good. We're in at-home studios. It's all right. Everyone will be fine with it. No need to edit out the dryer.
No, we keep it. It's a dry run. We're good with this.
No,
so I want to go back one sec.
Okay, but it's like the man in our ear. Like when Julius Caesar entered Rome, there was a guy who whispered in his ear, "Just remember, you're just a man," to keep him humble. Our dryer and cats and dogs do that to us so that we never lose sight of the fact that we are very humble about our podcasting.
I'm upset that you didn't keep the myth of the Chip and Company podcast studios alive. I could just imagine people are like, oh, they all sit around in this really nice studio. They have a huge mixing board. No, I am literally sitting in my corner office.
Well,
with my cats down the street from me.
We do have really nice equipment, but that equipment is in our laundry room and / office.
So I want to go back a second. You talked about we want to make sure that you're not going through the park hangry.
Yes.
Mark, have you ever been hangry going through the park?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have a worst case scenario that you've dealt with?
Oh, I'm
literally throwing this at you, and you're like, well, that's not on the script.
No, well, I can't. I mean, to be completely and totally honest, I can't list just one. Linda will tell you like that when when that blood sugar gets low and like I get a little hypoglycemic, like it gets bad. It's like, Mark, have a Snickers.
And you become very focused on that's all you can think about. It's like, I need to get to someplace to eat right now. And the problem is you can't think straight.
So
that's what this episode is going to be great about is we're going to put this in your mind now of, oh, I may be hungry. This is where I need to go. And that's why we separated it between quick service and restaurant.
All right. So the way that we're going to do this too is we're going to make it a
segue.
Yeah. We're going to make it very park specific. We're going to tell you where to go in each one of the parks. You're going to give them an option. I'm going to give them an option. And then we've got like we do with our Rushmores over on N Company, we have very quick Rushmores of the resort table service options or places that are outside of the parks that people can go to. And we don't need to perseverate those or elongate that part of the episode. People can book those reservations at the resort. This is really for us to give people a variety of options for breakfast, whether it be breakfast on the go or sit down. If you don't want to sit down, you definitely don't have to. We get it. There's a lot of you too that you may not live in Orlando, and so you want to be in the parks as much as possible. But there's other people that still take time to sit down in spite of that. To both of those styles, you're going to be happy with this episode. We're going to give you a lot of options. All right, Greg. So let's start in the Magic Kingdom. You know, here I am in the Magic Kingdom. What's your go-to, just curious, for a good breakfast? What is your breakfast of champions at the Magic Kingdom?
So, Mark, Magic Kingdom is all about enjoying the park. So that means quick breakfast on the go, which means more time for the rides. So, Mark, in the past, you and I have both talked about, do you go left or right?
Yeah.
When you hit the hub? Well, we have always agreed on going left towards Adventureland and Frontierland. So to me, my one-stop shop is Westward Ho for the donut holes and a Joffrey's coffee.
Ooh,
quick bite to eat.
I like that. I felt like that was the what you drink of choice. A Negroni, Spagliato. With Prosecco in it. Oh, brilliant. Stunning. That was my, brilliant. Stunning. I like that, man. Very nice.
Thank you.
So I agree, man. I'm a left person as well in the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to go quick service here too. I don't want to sit down in the morning for the exact same reason that you said. I want to get on rides. This is the Magic Kingdom. I want to get on rides as soon as possible. So for me, though, I'm going left, but I'm going Sleepy Hollow. Nutella waffles, spicy chicken waffle. I don't care. Later in the morning, get that spicy chicken waffle. Both of the options are crushing it for me for breakfast. Plus, they're inexpensive compared to a sit-down breakfast option at the park. Cinderella Royal Table, cool. Like, yeah, all right. But you're spending a lot of time and a lot of money. To me, there's just no table service breakfast in the Magic Kingdom that's worth it anymore. We used to like that when you could get in earlier to get like your advanced dining reservation. But then we kind of said, hey, let's just do the on the go over at the Magic Kingdom. And we've never regretted that situation.
Never. I don't even think is Crystal Palace even open anymore for you to get in for early entry. And I don't think it is. But even then,
it will be
a very expensive buffet.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, especially with the return of characters. But even still, I'm going to do grab and go. I want to be on Splash Mountain, dude. I want to be on Big Thunder.
Yeah. And that's why I love the donut hole over there. Look, it's a little stand off to the side. Sleepy Hollow, what's really nice that you mentioned there is the mobile order aspect of that.
Mobile order.
As you're walking in, mobile order your waffle. Get it. They also have Mickey waffles there. How can you go wrong with that? So, I think we agree that's the way to go on Magic Kingdom.
See, now Epcot, I'm very different, though. So like, whereas in the Magic Kingdom, I need to get on those rides as soon as possible. Epcot's a different kind of park. It's a different vibe. It's a different pace. So for Epcot, I think I'm going to completely and totally change directions on you. But now we're over in Epcot, Greg. Where are you going to? What's your breakfast option in a park that's very different? Not as many rides. It's more experiential. You walk around. The pace of Epcot's very different. Are you changing paces with me? Because I'm sitting down at Epcot.
I'm going with this, Mark. I have no strong opinion about Epcot breakfast, even though I'm there all the time.
Yep.
Look, if I'm hungry, I need a quick bite to eat. I will run over to Kringla Bakery Oak Cafe.
Oh, preach!
And I will get the apple cakey.
Apple cake.
Apple cakey.
Again.
Apple cake. Apple cakey. Apple cakey. Apple cake. Apple cake.
So
apple cake. The apple cake caramel drizzle. The apple cakey.
We sent
apple cakey.
Chip on a Norwegian
cake
adventure. I feel like you could truly benefit from a very similar epic. Like, I'm putting you on a Viking longboat We're going to ship you over to Norway. It's just we need to steep you and immerse you in Norwegian culture.
Apple cake.
All right, I'm not in Norway, man.
No, okay, so sit down breakfast for you.
Sit down.
I went quick service because I don't have a strong opinion. So I want to hear your sit down.
All right,
idea.
I'm sitting down in Epcot. I don't have to rush. Let's face it. I have a boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't have to get there instantly. If anything, I'm going to go over to France so that right after this, I can get on Remy's Ratatouille adventure. The creperie over in Paris at Epcot is probably my new favorite location. So, of course, as stated in the title of, or the name of the restaurant, they have a wide variety of crepes, which, Greg, all they are, they're just like really thin pancakes. That's it. That's all they are. Just say it. I love crepes. I love crepes. So, yeah, I mean, Ricky Bobby would agree with me. So they have galettes, which are savory buckwheat crepes, or they have dessert crepes. So here's what I really love about the creperie. It's sit down. You can do a prefixed menu. It gives you one savory crepe, one sweet crepe, a choice of soup or salad, and then you get your choice of a beverage. You can get coffee, you can get a soft drink, but they also have ciders or even some champagne, and it's $34.95. Definitely a great deal because you're getting a ton of food. Or if you don't want to do that much food, of course, you can always just order your crepe a la carte. My personal favorite is the ratatouille crepe. It's a buckwheat crepe with ratatouille on the inside. Sounds disgusting. I promise you, it is an amazing savory crepe. Or you can do the pomme. It has caramelized apples and caramel. C'est magnifique. I love this place. 9 times out of 10, if you get there early enough, you can do walk up. If not, obviously you can make a reservation, but the creperie is my go-to. And when I just want to sit by the Seine, Greg, and enjoy myself a beautiful crepe, I go to the creperie.
It sounds like a lot of crepe to me.
Yes.
I am not. This is all you, man, on this one. I have no opinion on crepes. I just don't know if I like them or not.
Greg,
but
just say it. Do you like
great? Listen, especially if you're coming in from International Gateway, boom, it is right there. If you're and
Greg,
then you can talk like you're French.
Greg, just say I like really thin pancakes.
Very, very thin.
That's all it
almost
is.
like a within wafer. Wafer? I don't know what I'm saying anymore, the Mark.
I don't know, man. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. So
this
Hollywood,
is how my brain goes. It just goes up a different direction.
Hollywood Studios. Yeah. I'm going to go first in Hollywood Studios because look, everybody knows what I'm going to say. This is no secret. This is no secret for anyone who has been a long-time listener of Dislife podcast. You know what I'm going to say here. So
or even a last week's episode listener.
Correct. It doesn't matter what time of day. I'm eating a Ronto wrap. Okay, not the breakfast wrap. I want a regular old Ronto wrap with a black coffee. That's my go-to breakfast. When it's a Hollywood Studios day, I'm waiting. Even if everyone else has had breakfast somewhere else, if they had breakfast at the resort, I don't care. I'm abstaining until I can get over to Hollywood Studios, walk over there, get my Ronto wrap at Ronto Roasters. It is the breakfast of champions. It is the breakfast of choice. It is my number one food item in all of Walt Disney World. Any time of day, take me to Ronto Roasters. I want a Ronto wrap. Don't get me the breakfast one. You can. I want the regular old Ronto wrap. It is the best food item that I could ever get with a black coffee. It's out of this world, Greg.
Ronto wrap. We need a song every time we mention how much we love Ronto wraps, Mark. But as Smokey Robinson and the Miracles once sang, I second that emotion.
Right?
I can't add any more to what you're saying about Hollywood Studios and what you're going to eat. It is simple. It is the Ronto wrap. I won't even have the breakfast. I know this is a breakfast thing, but give me a regular Ronto wrap. I will have the one as soon as they open. I have already mobile ordered that and a Tatooine sunrise. Right? I'm a happy man.
What else are you going to do? Just go get run-of-the-mill eggs over at Hollywood and Vine, which is great, by the way. But seriously, why choose ordinary when you can have exotic? Have an out-of-this-world breakfast over at Ronto Roasters. Just don't be basic, Greg.
Maybe we are starting to make people basic by this. Like everybody's going to be like, yeah, you got to get the Ronto wrap. Nothing else works.
Yep.
And then we're going to be looking back like, we started that.
I don't think it would be us. I think people know already.
No, I'm taking full credit for it. It's all us.
Oh, go ahead.
Nobody else thought of this until we did.
So here's the real challenge. You ready? Because I think the first three are pretty simple. Where would you go in Animal Kingdom? Because this is the hardest one. There's not a lot of options in the morning at this park. Disney, listen to me. You need to step up your game a little bit. But Animal Kingdom breakfast is that's tough, in my opinion. Where are you going with this one?
Mark, on Animal Kingdom, I just have a few words of advice on breakfast.
Okay.
Just starve. Just starve. We could all use a little extra time to fast, and this is the choice I would make when thinking about breakfast at Animal Kingdom. This is the absolute worst park for breakfast. Yes, you could do Tusker House, but for the price and how crowded it is and how basic and lackluster the food tastes, it's all about character meet and greets. Well, I say no, Mark. Do better, Disney. This is the earliest park opening and should have way more variety. So, Mark, we shall starve.
Look, here's the thing: is
Starve.
You're not entirely wrong here. There's really not a lot of options. It's like you think about Animal Kingdom, right? And there's Tusker House, but it's very expensive. It's a basic breakfast buffet. It's just eggs, bacon. Yeah, it really is. It's just, and the characters are great and they're really adorable. I love seeing them in their safari outfits, but there's truly nothing remarkable about that breakfast, and it's really expensive.
Very expensive. And now it's back to all you can eat, which is great. But how many basic eggs can I eat?
All right. So then you get outside of Tusker House, and then you've got that like bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit that they sell at least what? four or five places throughout the park. It's like, y'all couldn't think of another food item other than the sausage, egg, and cheese on a biscuit. Like, I can't even get variety. There's really not much breakfast wise over in Animal Kingdom. So that's why, I mean, people are going to listen to my item and go, oh, I didn't even know that was there. So over in Pandora, right? I'm going to head to Pandora for my item.
Yeah.
So there's a place that they have the old, like, that old personal transport thing. And it's called Pongu Pongu. A lot of people don't even know, people know that they have one of the best pretzels over there. But at Pongu Pongu during breakfast, they have an item called Pongu Lumpia. It's going to sound disgusting. Trust me. So it's a spring roll, and it's filled with pineapple and cream cheese. Yeah, I know. It sounds disgusting, but trust me here. So the spring roll itself is delicious. It's light and it's crispy. It's not greasy, and it's coated with like a fine powdered sugar. So it presents, I'm coming back to the crepes.
Why do you want that lumpia? You could just go have the crepe.
Greg, I wanted the pongo lumpia. So it's a lumpia. It really presents like it's a toasted crepe. And then on the inside, the fruit filling with cream cheese truly is a perfect combination. And it does not sound like it would be, but it's light, it's fluffy, it's airy, it's not dense. And the flavor profile of this is really good. Now, for some people who may say, I'm not really a fan of pineapple, well, then, you're kind of out of luck. It's the only flavor that they have. But in a park that doesn't have a lot of breakfast options, this is a really good one. And it's something that's different and out of the ordinary other than just, your basic breakfast sandwich that is offered at 12 different locations, or having to pay copious amounts of money to go have a character dining experience because you're in Animal Kingdom early. I'm going to be honest with you. When we do have an Animal Kingdom day, very seldom, if ever, do we eat something in the park. That's usually the day where we are eating either at the resort or we're heading over to one of your and my favorites, which is Olivia's Cafe.
Yeah, simple as that. Look, we both said the same thing. Animal Kingdom just needs more variety and better. Most of the times we'll wait for lunch and get the barbecue buffalo chips. Is that what it is? Buffalo chips. See, you can wait until lunchtime. So that's why I say starve.
I'm triggered.
Now I have to go over and get some. I'm going to go over and get some for you this week.
You just triggered my taste buds. Just you saying the buffalo barbecue chips from Trilo Bites. My mouth.
Which, by the way, thank you.
Started to water.
turning me on to that, because I've always passed by that, and you were like, no,
Is
you
that
need to try this.
not just one of the best food items you have ever had in your entire life?
We met the Greb over there.
We did. You met the Greb. All right. So if you are not in parks, let's turn this into kind of our Rushmore portion of the episode, Greg. So what would be your must do? So again, I realize you don't do this often. 9 times out of 10, you live like 5 minutes from Disney. So you guys are having pork roll, Taylor ham, whatever, at the house. Holly's cooking you an amazing breakfast. But if you have special occasions, what are your 5 places that you're having those special breakfasts at? What are your top 5 breakfasts of champions?
We will go out to an actual restaurant or place at one of the resorts. We will do that quite often. So monthly. So 12 times a year, we're hitting a resort for breakfast, if you think about it.
Okay.
And we have our top list, and we will go there multiple times. So how do you want to do this? You want me to just go 1 to 1, or you want me to go through all 5?
Go through all 5. I'll give you. We'll use this as like your opportunity to do all 5 at once, and let's just treat it like we do in company. Here are Greg's top 5 list of places to eat your breakfast of champions.
Ensign. I didn't expect the music. Okay, unlike N Company, where I can't figure out numerals, I can break this down from 5 to 1.
There you
go.
go.
So my least favorite to my favorite, and when I say least favorite, this is the least favorite of my top favorites.
Okay,
if you're following with me. So number 5 breakfast for me, and I'm going to be very adamant on this one of how great it is. Sanaa. It is the most generic breakfast, Mark. It's just eggs, however you want the eggs. It's Mickey waffles. It's your normal stuff. But Sanaa in the morning is all about the view. It is always quiet. It's a mobile order and quick service kind of thing. It's not a sit-down restaurant like you normally have.
Correct.
But every time we eat there, the West African crowned cranes will be at the window staring you down. These birds will then walk around stomping their feet and literally judging you as you're eating. It's very intimidating, yet it's a blast. So this isn't about food per se. It's about the whole experience. And they have Mickey waffles.
So
you can never go wrong with Mickey waffles.
You've heard me talk about the name of the breakfast. So it's basically like white people breakfast is.
Oh, so bad.
Is they have a food item that roughly translated in in African, it basically is them calling it like what's the basic white breakfast, and I had to snicker when I ordered that the one time.
Yeah. Well, we get the basic white breakfast over there, but it really is. It's about the animals. It's about the view. It is spectacular. My number 4, Mark, is also one with a view, but this time it is a view of Disney's Magic Kingdom. You can see Cinderella Castle from up there. Mm-hmm. Whether it has characters or not, Ohana's is one of the best breakfasts at Walt Disney World Resort. I think it will top almost everybody's list. Normally is 1 or 2. I have it down as number 4 because I like a few other places a little better. But the view, the characters, if you're there for seeing Lilo and Stitch and Mickey in his Hawaiian outfit.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is the Mickey and Stitch waffles they have.
There you go.
It's the only place you can get a Stitch waffle. But it's family style meal. It's really good. I think it's $54.99 now for breakfast over there.
Way too much money for me.
My favorite part of the whole thing is they have Pog juice, which is passion orange guava juice. It is my absolute favorite. Mark, we can't find Pog juice around here at our Publix. And so Holly will buy each one individually, and she knows how to mix it up perfectly. And she literally sits there like a bartender shaking it, and she has the whole pour thing. It's amazing.
Can she teach me whatever that ratio is? Because I need more Pog juice in my life up here in Pennsylvania.
I will send you the recipe. Absolutely.
Please do. All right. Sorry. Continue on.
On to number 3, Mark. I'm going Steakhouse 71. This brand new restaurant that opened up October 1st of 2021 for the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary. First off, has a really beautiful vibe in there. You can see the history of how Walt Disney World was built, but it's just a nice place to sit down and have a conversation for breakfast, especially if you're going over to the Magic Kingdom and you have time and you've been there for a few days. Steakhouse 71 in the morning, great place to go. Walt hash. The best thing on the menu is the Walt hash, which is the potatoes as a prime rib meat that it falls apart on there, and then whatever type of egg you would like on top. The other thing is the Eggs Benedict over there is really stunning. So that's number 3, Steakhouse 71. My number 2 is Ale and Compass over at the Yacht Club. They have a salted caramel apple French toast, which is so delectable. It feels like they put 2 pieces of French toast, and in the middle, they spread out a very thick layer of this salted caramel apple. It is delicious. It's a little bit sugary, so if you have any issues, if you're a diabetic, it could be a little bit an issue on that. If not, go for the crab cake Eggs Benedict. Holly gets that every single time she's there. It is her favorite crab cake Eggs Benedict in the world. So Ale and Compass, we always agree how great Ale and Compass is, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's slowly becoming one of the best spots to go in all of Walt Disney World.
Ale and Compass is the Fight Club of dining. Just don't talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret because it absolutely is the best. I'm going to tell you this. It might be the best restaurant at all of Disney.
And Mark, my number 1 breakfast, this is the one that I constantly go back for. This is the one where I'm lucky to be married to a wonderful person who will sit around and try and learn new recipes and then make them and then figure out how to make them better. Holly has learned how to make the banana bread French toast from Olivia's Cafe. Olivia's Cafe, first off, over at Old Key West is such a beautiful spot to go and eat. It feels home style. It feels relaxing. You are never rushed in there. It feels like you're part of home. And it's great because they have the pictures on the wall of all the people who have stayed there and got their pictures. It's beautiful. The staff is always really laid back. They never rush you. You don't feel like it. But this is all about the food, and the banana bread French toast is the best thing to eat for breakfast at Walt Disney World Resort. And that, Mark, is my top 5 places that you must eat.
We bring in a little touch of and company.
I love how we fall right into routine on that.
I know.
Was great, man.
So if you are not subscribed to all of the shows here on the Chip and Company Podcast Network, every Thursday, Greg and I do a show called And Company. It's the weekly news roundup of the week, and we have amazing Rushmores as part of that episode. But check that show out. It's every Thursday that drops here on this radio network as well, along with hot takes. All right, man. So let me start my 5 by saying this. I did not put this in an order. I love that you did that you went like 5 to 1. I didn't do that. So let me start with my number 5 by agreeing with you totally. It's going to be the only crossover that I think that you and I share on your list and mine, and that is Olivia's Cafe.
Wait. But where's your music?
I didn't pull it out. There you go.
That's okay. Thank you.
We need to talk about this banana bread French toast because for breakfast items, as a singular breakfast item, it is truly worth any kind of detour or just saying, hey, we're taking our time this morning. We are heading over to Old Key West. Yes, it's off the beaten path, but we're going over to Old Key West. We're going to Olivia's and we're getting the banana bread French toast. This item is amazing. It is worth it. It will just rock your world. It will change your mind. Of course, you can get basic breakfast items there. They have bacon. They have eggs. They have very pedestrian breakfasts. But that banana bread French toast is worth it. The ambiance of that place reminds me of Saved by the Bell. And I don't know why, but it's very 80s and it's very it's like Max's from Saved by the Bell. Like
that's a great way of putting that. I've not put that one and one together, but now that you say that,
it really is. And I feel like when I walk in, I want to be like, when I wake up in the morning and my alarm gets out of order. Like it's Saved by the Bell.
I don't know if I have more respect or less respect for you right now for knowing the lyrics to that.
I could do the whole thing. Because I'm
going to go with more respect. I have more respect that you could do it.
I'm so scared. I am a giant Saved by the Bell fan. Gigantic Saved by the Bell.
I just watched the biography on Screech.
I may or may not. Yeah, Dustin Diamond, man. How sad is that? What a so I am.
Wow.
I know he's such a tragic figure because he battled so many demons, that kid.
Yeah. And you didn't expect it from him. You expected it from Zach.
He battled so many demons. Just really sad. Really, really sad. I also did watch, I'm going to fully admit, I watched the reunion, the Saved by the Bell reunion. And
I got nothing.
No shame.
I got nothing.
No shame. Yeah. So let's, again, sorry. Yeah, we got a little off the beaten path. Olivia's Cafe, banana bread French toast, number 5 on my list. All right, number 4, and I'm going to totally disagree with you. You want to pay the $50-something to go to Ohana. You're paying for the view. The Pog juice is over there. But listen, do you want the Pog juice? Do you want all of the vibes of the Poly? Well, listen, don't go to Greg's Ohana. Come instead to Kona Cafe. It's currently closed. It will be reopening very soon, I think in the next week or
two.
It reopened today. Boom. That just happened.
I literally just got a text. It's soft open right now.
It just opened. Again, there's very basic items at the Kona Cafe. You can do your 2 eggs any style. You can do, all of the regular stuff that you want for breakfast. They've got the Mickey waffles, but there's 2 items in particular that only you can get at Kona Cafe. Tonga toast. Ladies and gentlemen, banana stuffed French toast. It's rolled in cinnamon sugar. It's got a strawberry compote on the top of it. You can get ham or bacon on the side. It is incredible. It is so sweet. It's so wonderful. It's so unique to Kona. Only Kona can get that for you. Tonga toast. Trust me, it will change your life. My wife always opts for, though, Greg, I will tell you, as a secondary item, the macadamia nut pancakes. They've got macadamia nut butter. They've got pineapple sauce on them.
Yeah.
These pancakes are tremendous. And
just keep saying those words to me, Mark.
Yep. And of course, you can get your Pog juice there, which we always have to get when we're over at the Poly. And bro, they have a French press coffee that will it gives my chicory coffee from the French Quarter a run for its money, because that French press coffee, chef's kiss on that. Kona Cafe is absolute must do.
Can I just add something to that?
Sure.
If you find that Kona Cafe has been sold out and you can't get in there,
it's my fault.
Captain Cook's also has that Tonga toast.
Yes.
It's just not as good as it's the same thing, but for some odd reason, sitting at Kona Cafe and eating that is fantastic.
But if it's also full up and it's sold out, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. All right, number 3 on my list is my DVC home resort, and that would be the Wilderness Lodge. You have to head over to Whispering Canyon Cafe. First off and foremost, the shenanigans of the waitstaff is pure entertainment. We've all talked about the legends of the ketchup and, hey, I would like a Diet Coke, and they bring you over the giant mason jar. There's always surprises and just fun and hijinks around every single corner of every meal that you can have at this restaurant. It is the star of the show. It is the main course, is the wait staff and the magic of the cast members. Don't expect it, but go there and just let it happen organically. And when you do, you'll always be surprised by whatever you can get. But they have their all you care to enjoy signature skillets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the skillets are just jam-packed with breakfast items. And then if you don't want to do a skillet, they have just a la carte main claim entrees. They have frittatas. They have Belgian-style waffles. You can get a bison burger if you want for breakfast. That's right. I said it. Get the bison burger for breakfast, because breakfast means to break your fast. I don't care what you eat. You can eat whatever you want. But when you break your fast, do it with the bison burger. and eat that burger. Do it with confidence over at Whispering Canyon. You want to talk about a unique breakfast, Greg? Have a bison burger for breakfast.
Do you know that is the only place I've been made to do the hokey pokey?
And turn yourself around?
I did. They asked all the dads to stand up and do it.
Well,
and we all got in a line. And you can play along, or if you don't feel like playing along, you can just sit down and watch the others.
And leave.
But I of course joined in and did the hokey pokey in front of everybody.
Of course you did, because that's what it's all about. All right, number 2. Again, these are in no particular order. Greg gave you 5 to 1. You can go to any one of my 5 because they're all amazing.
You just fell into my trap of the number thing.
No. The Grand Floridian Cafe. Linda and I have talked about this repeatedly. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think Grand Floridian Cafe is criminally underappreciated over at the Grand Floridian. The nice thing about this one is if you're heading to the Magic Kingdom, you're already on the monorail loop. So even if you dine here or sit down, it's not going to take a tremendous amount of time. If you get there really early at 7 o'clock in the morning, more often than not, by the time that people are rope dropping, then you're over to the park. But the Grand Floridian Cafe, they have stuff that, again, it's just the presentation and the way that they do it. And the simplicity of their breakfast is just top notch. I mean, you can get your run of the mill avocado toast. You can do, the bacon and eggs. But they have over there a lobster thermidor burger. They have this lobster Benedict that you can get. Or, of course, they have the traditional eggs Benedict, but it's 2 poached eggs, lobster, asparagus, and then the hollandaise. And the lobster Benedict is off the charts good. But we always they have the pancakes as well. And their pancakes come with various sides and different sauces. This place is just, it's off the hook good, man. Like, you quite literally cannot go wrong with it. The style of the menu is more of a brunch than it is a traditional breakfast. And again, chicken and waffles, an Impossible burger, a Thermidor burger. You can get salmon for lunch. Whatever your palate can dream up, Grand Floridian Cafe will have it. So if you're not a breakfast food person, you can indulge in some items that they have on the menu that would be more of a brunch. But the Grand Floridian Cafe, again, it is just top notch. It's always available because a lot of people don't take advantage of it and they just go right by it. But it is one of our top restaurants, not just for breakfast, but for lunch or dinner. And if you're not taking advantage of the Grand Floridian Cafe, take a note on this. Just write down, try it next time that you go, and let me know. Thank you, because I've now given you a pure golden tip. All right, man. No drum roll needed here for me. I said it at the top of the episode. You know where I'm going. If there is a number 1, it would be this place, and it's Topolino's Terrace.
Topo.
So you're paying $54 for breakfast over at Ohana. I'm going to splurge and pay $45 for these entrees. And here's why. 1, the character outfits are absolutely jaw-dropping amazing. Donald, Mickey, Minnie, and Daisy. They're dressed up as various artists. You have like performance art, you have fine art, you have the poet laureate Minnie. That Minnie outfit too, by the way, is worth the price of admission. That dress, that black and white dress with the red accents, amazing. And then my boy Donald is the sculptor. The characters and the character interaction alone are worth the price of admission and the view of Topolino's Terrace. But they have some items there that I'm just going to tell you are bar none the absolute best breakfast items that you can get on property. You talked about the hash a minute ago, but there is a hash that is over there at that restaurant that is just unlike anything that I've ever had before. Then there is what I always get. And I was always torn between, do I get the hash or do I get the wood-fired steak? The steak is, and again, like I'm triggered. My taste buds are going, like my mouth is actually watering talking about this. But it's a wood-fired steak served with polenta. And then there are tomatoes, roasted onions, and these wild mushrooms and watercress that top the steak. And this thing is just, it's everything. It is so good. They serve the breakfast with pastries. You can also get pog juice over at Topolino's. The coffee that's there, the ambiance. Topolino's is probably the hardest restaurant to get right now too, right?
Oh, can we talk about that quiche Gruyere?
The quiche is also amazing.
With pancetta on top?
Yes, the quiche is also amazing.
Oh.
They just, again, they have food items that just go above and beyond your basic bacon and eggs in the morning. And again, if you've got someone who's not adventurous and they really just want their bacon and eggs, well, guess what? They can pay $45 for bacon and eggs. Should they? No, absolutely not. If you're going to pay $45, get something remarkable or get something amazing. Topolino's offers you and affords you that option. That for $45, the character dining, the kids will be happy. The music, the fun, the dancing. Topolino Terrace, everyone knows it. The secret's out. Everyone knows that Topolino's is amazing. The only downside to it is it's at the Riviera, and that's off the beaten path. Of course.
Oh, there's no downside to the Riviera. There's zero down. I don't care how out of the way you have to go.
Yes, there is.
That resort is
beautiful.
So worth it.
It's beautiful.
Worth it.
It's gorgeous and it's beautiful, but let's face it, unless you're on the Skyliner and unless you're going to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, it's a little bit of a trek.
Hey, Mark. You can come and see me.
Hey, Mark.
I'm a down and Mickey the Mouse.
Hot dog. Woo-hoo. My buses don't run fast at Topolino's. Hot dog. I do not like. Hey, I do not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the bus transportation from the Riviera Resort. I just don't.
No, it's not good.
Not great.
Not good. No, I don't like it, Gene.
Never been really fond of the buses, Mark. Thanks, Ralph.
I didn't know Ralph was going to breakfast with us, but there he is.
That's it. Those are my top 5 resorts.
Bum, 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 bum.
Matt, we've given them quick service. We've given them table service. Are there any honorable mentions? Is there any food item or is there anywhere that we missed that maybe we need to hook them up with? Like, I can think of other things. Like you said, the Kringla over in Epcot.
Right.
The Cronut is also good that you can get at Joffrey's. Listen, do a little
Sunshine Season.
Yes.
A simple one. Mark, I know this is going to be horrible to say, but look, if you're in a real hurry and you're going to Animal Kingdom or you're by All-Star Movies, All-Star Resort, McDonald's is right there. And it's just it's a great McDonald's. Like, that's why I'm bringing it up. You get the,
I'm hating that.
I really am hating that. I'm not putting it on any of my lists. It's not my number one McDonald's to go to is none.
Don't do that.
Stuck in my head. Why did you do that song tonight to me, man? No, Mark, you have wrapped this up nicely. I'm following your lead. You did your. I can't debate yours because yours were so darn good.
Well, I think that we provided people with a outstanding list of options to do the Breakfast of Champions. Let us know in a comment. Interact with us over on the socials. Let us know how we did. Do you have a secret spot that you want to share with us? Let us know and interact with us on Chip and Company on Instagram or Dislife Podcast on Instagram. And we would love to hear from you. Where do you go when you need to start your day the right way? But Greg, for us, that'll do it for another episode of Dislife Podcast. As always, thank you to everyone for living your best Disney lives with us here every single Monday with Greg and me. Don't forget, join us throughout the week for more incredible Disney news and content here on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. And as always, Greg, we hope that their week is filled with faith, trust, and pixie dust. Bye, everybody. See you real soon. Dislife Podcast is brought to you by the Happiness is Addictive collection. Happiness is Addictive is passionate about spreading laughter and creating smiles worldwide. They love bringing their global community together through optimism, cheer, hopefulness, merriment, and celebrating life's magical moments. They know how important it is to celebrate life's adventures, and their apparel will give you everlasting, one-of-a-kind memories through pixie-dusted family photos, compliments from park guests, and magical moments with cast members. They pride themselves on high-quality, custom-made apparel at competitive prices with world-class service. Let them help you create a lifetime of memories, whether you're Disney bounding, kicking it poolside, participating in Run Disney marathons, having costumed adventures, or just living your best Disney life. You can find their Happiness is Addictive shop on Etsy. You can also find them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Pinterest. They are proud to be featured in Indy Central Florida, The Thoughtful Gift Club, and now here on Dislife Podcast. Their collection was founded by a 15-year former cast member who knows how to enhance your magical moments for a lifetime of memories with your family. Don't forget to use promo code DISLIFE15 to take an extra 15% off. What are you waiting for? Head over to Etsy and start getting happy today. Follow the link in our show notes and you'll find out for yourself that happiness is addictive.